My girl Pyre has says, all right, I feel like I need some background music here for this one. You're being you're being interrogated. What song do they play on repeat that finally breaks you? On repeat.
That's pretty funny.
So
that's
anything by
Siri. That's funny.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
All I want for Christmas. Oh my God, the Mariah Carey Christmas song.
Oh yes.
Oh, actually, you know, like
worms.
the thing that would drive me nuts, which is, and it's a weirdly appropriate answer to this. It's and it's the only song I don't like by Queen is Under Pressure. I don't like that song. It just bugs me. I don't like it as a song. You know, it starts off, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's okay. And then the rest of the song, I don't like it as a melody in a song, and that would drive me crazy. And it happens to be called Under Pressure. I like that song. Right? You like that song?
Yeah, I do like that song.
So you just would never talk. I would talk after about 4 listenings.
No, you just talk all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't need to play. I'll just keep talking. Yeah, what do you want to know? What do you want to know?
You know the song, it would break me is him talking. Yeah, just break me. It'd be like nonstop. Okay, Gary, what? I give up. I give up.
Me talking. Put the
melodic sound of your
I give up.
This is segueing into something then, based on what you guys kind of talk about.
As a waitress in a cocktail.
That's a good song.
I hate that song. When I met you, don't want me, baby, no.
Well, when you sing it like that,
Even the way they sing it. I like that song too.
I like that song. Yeah, it's a good song.
Axacor, where are you? Axacor? Hi, Ax. What's up, buddy? Here we go. And in segue to what we were just talking about a little bit, what's your nerdy obsession? Do you have a nerdy obsession?
Nerdy. No.
I got tons. Maps.
Nerdy
Maps.
obsession. What is it?
Maps, Google Earth. Yeah, forever. Like I spend like hours on Google Earth just looking around places.
You're like, where's Thailand?
Well, I know where Thailand is. And I know the capital of it. And I just want to look around different places.
Let's see.
I don't know if it's nerdy, but I love watches. I love timepieces. Is that nerdy? I don't know.
Yeah, that counts.
Sure.
Okay, then I have an answer. Watches. Yes.
Paul?
How many do you not really. I'm more of I'm not so much a nerdy, but I'm meticulous. Like so, I line everything up, kind of color coordinate all my shirts and things like that in the closet.
You really?
Yeah.
I do that too.
I just like all the whites, blues, everything's kind of colored, and my pants and stuff. And
It makes getting dressed a lot easier.
I'll tell you something funny though. Here's something really weird. I had this fella that was kind of housekeeper. He'd come in once every 2 weeks, but he'd clean the house and stuff. And he would if there was laundry, he would do it. And he had this thing where he folded my underwear into like an egg roll. He was Filipino, and he could make it into the underwears would be this big, and they would be all lined up and in my drawer. And I'm like, my underwear, but no, they're stacked and things. And he was so meticulous. All the soup cans would have the labels facing the same way. OCD, I think, is what you know. But he did this thing with the underwear. When he'd fold it, it was like the size of like an egg roll. All the underwear, and it was the weirdest thing.
So you just gotta snap it out.
That didn't creep you. That didn't creep
And
you.
my parents came to visit me, and he had just been there. I said, "Oh, can you come before?" I was working on a show, and he could come before and do the thing. So he would do things like a hotel. They fold the toilet paper into a little point and stuff like that. He would do that in my house. His name was Conrad, and he was hilarious. And he'd do that into my house. And let's put it this way: Conrad had eyeliner on, and he wore a little shirt tied in a knot in the front, and he was about 5'2", and a little guy. And my parents would come over, and he would be there. And sometimes he had a key, so I forgot to tell him that he'd be there. And my parents are, old school Scottish, and they comes in the house. I guess they came in and they went for a walk by the seawall. They came in the house, and he's wearing my mom's shoes because his feet's the same size as my mom, who's 5'1", Scottish lady in her 80s. And he has my mom's shoes on, and he's inside a cupboard doing something, and he has like little hot pants on. And my dad, and he comes in the door, and they come in the door and I go, "Is that you, Paul?" And he comes out and he screams at my mom, "Oh, what can I say? Who's that?" And he goes, "I'm Conrad. I am Paul's keeper." And my mom's like, well, that's my shoes. He goes, no, they're my shoes. And there's this big, they get in a fight over his shoes. And I came in, he goes, Paul told me to have these shoes. I go, no, Conrad. I said, you can take some other shoes because he had friends. He was wearing my mom's flip-flops. And they get in an argument with my mom. That's my shoes. There's no, they're my shoes. Don't take my shoes. And this goes on and on, right? And I walk in the door and they're like, there's a guy in your house. I go, really? He goes, I think so. And he's got your mom's shoes on. I go, oh, it's Conrad? He goes, that's his name. So I had to go upstairs and get the shoes back from him. It's just the weirdest thing. But he was OCD, and I've never seen anything like it before.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So you too can fold your underwear like an egg roll.
Do you do that yourself?
I've tried it, but I can't do it. I don't know how I did it.
My God, what
Yeah.
a story.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, nerdy obsessions. Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we have here? Laura, an author. Where are you? Laura? I can't see, I'm sorry. I see you now. Yay, right there. Laura says, what did I miss? Oh yeah, go for the water, man. Yeah, go for the water, definitely. Laura says, did you ever get a grand tour of Cheyenne Mountain? Did you ever get a grand tour of your home base? Basically.
Well, I didn't.
Was it for Atlantis? Yeah, this is Gary.
Yeah, Gary. Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course.
you know what? I was at a convention somewhere and I got offered it and I turned it down. I turned it down. I don't know why.
What was more important? than
Don't
a
ask
grand-
me. I can't remember. I just know that I turned it down and later on I was like, I should have done that. I should have gone to that. I kind of regret not doing it, but I forget. I just was like, nah, I'm good. I should have gone.
I'm sure there had to be some level of clearance in order for you to be down there anyway.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Don't try to help me out. It's like I'm owning this. This is all me. They were like, yeah, we're gonna take some of the cast down or whoever wants to go, and I think it was the convention had gotten clearance, and so they were taking a bunch of people, and I just didn't feel like going, and so I just didn't go. And now I was like, oh.
We almost got to go to, we didn't get offered that because David and I are on the other show, but we got offered to go to, and it fell through unfortunately, to the Bahamas. They had the grand opening of Atlantis, the resort, and we were all supposed to go. We're so excited, and something fell through.
I remember that. That was like the big Atlantis resort.
Yeah, and they wanted to bring everybody, and it just fell through for what, I think it was because of the shooting schedule or something, but that would have been really cool.
Back in those.
But Joe, he got offered to, I don't think he did the Cheyenne Mountain, but he flew in a fighter jet, and he, yeah, which most people do.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I remember also at the time when the spatial program was still on, and the spatial Atlantis was around too, and there was some talk about doing a link up with the space shuttle Atlantis. It would have been perfect too, but that also never came through.
I wouldn't have went on that.
Yeah, I don't think they would have put us on, but just to like tour it or take pictures beside it or something.
All right, Vincent Tardis. Vincent Tardis has a really basic question here, but it's important to know. You may be judged by this. Cats or dogs, guys? Cats or dogs?
Both. Dogs. Dog. I had a dog. I had a poodle for 17 years. Yeah. Sweet.
We just got Louise as a lab shepherd cross. She's 6 months old. That's a super fun dog. But we also have cats. I love them both, so I'm not going to choose.
We have a dog. My son's really allergic to cats, but we have it looks just like an Ewok. A little girl named Frankie, and she's about a year old, and she's like a Bichon Shih Tzu, but looks just exactly like an Ewok.
Can you say that on a public stage?
You say Bichon Shih Tzu.
Bichon Shih Tzu.
Yes,
You
you
think
can.
it's
You
in
can.
time.
It's
I
not-
said it.
It's
Yeah.
not a problem.
Yes, I'm French and Japanese.
Scottish.
Well, all of it. And Scottish.
Frenchese.
But yeah, if you come by the table or whatever, I will show you a picture of the dog because I can't show it from here. But it's the cutest little thing. And I love, the thing about this dog I love, unlike a lab or something like that, you don't have to take the dog and throw the ball or anything for it. She'll go outside if it's raining, which it rains a lot in Vancouver. She goes outside, does her business. Within 30 seconds, she turns around, wants to be on the couch. Same thing. The super mellow and the softest little thing. It's like just the sweetest little dog.
I can confirm that. It's a great.
It sort of reminds me of Gary.
Oh, soft and fluffy.
I'm just going to step outside to do my
pee-pee?
business for a second. I'll be right back. It's not raining, is it?
Yeah, it's nice to see guests cast in an atmosphere of camaraderie like this, like you do display on the show when you're all together.
Acting.
Oh, so you're doing that right now? What was acting? Okay, I got it.
No, he's not.
No, are you kidding? We're good buds.
Yeah.
We are good buds.
We are. All right, fandom spotlight. Hello, I'm sure you're in here. Hello, so we know where it's coming from. The question from fandom spotlight is: what were your favorite sci-fi shows or books growing up? Sci-fi shows, books growing up?
Space 1999.
Do you
Remember that? Do you remember that? And then just the music alone, and the Eagles landed, they crash.
Oh, I love that show.
And I love the fact that they just turn the camera sideways and everyone's falling to the left. They fall to the right. And I read the Doctor Who novels. I read the book. I didn't watch the series too much, but I read the books.
I'm not a huge sci-fi fan. Like it's not my genre.
Security.
Yeah. Like growing up, I was born in Wales. I grew up in Wales, and one of the shows that we used to see on like one of the two channels was like BBC One and ITV, and just like click.
ITV.
It was. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? Lost in Space.
No.
Yeah, it was Lost in Space. That show scared the hell out of me.
Lost in Space?
As a kid, oh my God, I could, yeah.
Dr.
Do you
Smith
remember
got
that
to
show?
you.
Dr. Smith, it was like, oh, the pain, the pain. Yeah, like all that stuff. And it used to start off with those little, like computer readout in the credits.
Yeah.
And then it was Lost. And I was like, as a kid, I was like, how did this happen? Like I couldn't get my hand, I really was invested. Like why can't they seem to be all set up. Like they've got the craft that's like sitting on the planet, and they go out and they live and they breathe oxygen. I was like, but why can't they?
This isn't the one with the slee stacks and the...
No, it's a family. It's a family that
It's
got lost. Will Robinson.
Yeah.
Will Robinson.
It's the space family
Did it
Robinson,
scare you?
and it scared me.
Yeah.
It
You were
totally
a
scared me.
scared little soldier, weren't you?
Yeah. And of course, there was one episode, and I don't know how it happened. I just remember that the son, Will, ended up back on Earth. At some point, he ended up on Earth through I don't know what it was, and he was trying to convince people on Earth that his family was still alive in space, and nobody believed him. They thought he was crazy.
But you're not a sci-fi fan.
No, I didn't. Yeah, you.
I liked the original Star Trek. I grew up with that as a kid. But it was also, this is a show I thought you would think. Do you ever see a show called The Phoenix and the Carpet? You remember that? It's a British series. It's really, it's called The Phoenix and the Carpet.
And the carpet.
Phoenix and the Carpet?
Yeah.
No, never heard of it.
Am I saying it wrong?
This universe?
Yeah, it was a British show. And they go on this carpet with like this magic carpet, and you'd be this bird. And throughout the series, the bird's feathers were falling off and stuff. I thought it was really weird. Maybe that was a nightmare I had, but as a child. But yeah, I think I'm saying it right. But I remember just watching this, going, "Well, this is so weird and bizarre." But it was, the bird would go on the carpet with the kids and go to different places. Yeah.
I can't even imagine the pitching session.
That
to
could have
get
been an
that show
acid
on the
trip,
air.
too, I don't know.
How do they get that on the air? Okay, picture this.
It's a carpet.
There's
HR Puffin stuff? Did you
Oh,
ever
of
I
course.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marty
HR
Croft
yeah.
is here this weekend.
Can't do a little because you can't do enough.
Yeah. Marty Croft is here at this convention this weekend.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, he was in the parade yesterday in a car. He
Oh
is
my
here.
God.
A legend, and not only in Atlanta,
And
but of course around the world.
Witchy Poo.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Yeah, Witchy
Remember?
Poo,
Remember? HR Puffin's up. Witchy Poo.
That's not really sci-fi, that's more fantasy, right?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Remember they were climbing up that slide, falling down?
Yeah. And the kid who played the Artful Dodger in Jack
Wow.
Jack Wild.
Yeah, Jack Wild. Yeah.
He was the kid, right? Jack Wild was the kid.
It was terrifying, those trees in that forest and stuff.
Yeah.
And that flute.
Arthur, Will,
Talking
and Holly on a routine expedition.
May the great
And then you go over the waterfall.
That's how everybody does it. They don't know the lyrics to the entire song. Okay. All right. So, where is Rev Selena?
I'm right here.
Where are you? Hi, Rev.
I'm right here. Hi.
She's asking weirdest song on your playlist. Weirdest song on your playlist.
Well, let me just say I have no playlist. My girlfriend drives her insane. She's like, you gotta get on Spotify. And I'm like, no, I just play my albums. That's all I do, just vinyl.
Weirdest song on your albums?
Well, there's no weird songs because the albums I buy all have good
Weirdest
songs.
band? Weirdest group?
No, like they're all good. Like I pick and choose because they're expensive, so I'm gonna, yeah.
I'm reaching here. These are.
Yeah, weirdest song on your playlist.
Gary, what's a unique track album that you bought? Something you wouldn't expect you would have?
There you go. Thanks.
That you would expect that I would have? Oh God. Well, I like a ton of different genres. I like jazz, I like rock, I like reggae. I like tons of stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know.
You're eclectic.
I have a super eclectic collection of records. So
A friend of mine
hard for me to answer.
sent me his playlist and it's a bunch of old sort of classic songs. But what I didn't know is that he had kids and he had downloaded a file called Animal Sounds. And so when I went to the playlist, and you just listen to some great song, Creedence Clearwater, and suddenly you go, and it just goes on for a long time, just animal sounds. So that was kind of a weird thing that they sort of, and because it's on shuffle play, you just get great songs playing, good old classic tracks, deep cuts, and then in there is just like a goat bleeding or something. That's pretty. So that's. I guess that's the weirdest thing on my playlist.
I was thinking for mine. I did very similar. I think it was like a jungle theme though. It was just the noises from the jungle, like, you know, and just like that. Like it's sort of like when you're in a. Well, actually, when you go to the Vancouver airport, if you go through the international, which you guys would do, they have this thing playing. It's like there's canoes and everything, and it's all. Have anybody been through the international? It's like that. When you walk through, there's just. It's
The
really
sound
weird.
of surf and the beach.
Yeah, it's like.
It's like, you got like the rainforest.
In the airport.
Just
Introduce you to Vancouver, sort of.
Yeah.
The sound of the waves,
Yeah.
birds, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're walking through the
Yeah,
airport.
and it's like dugout canoes or in there. And, yeah, it is.
I've
really
never
nice.
seen anything like it.
The jellyfish.
Yeah,
at
it's
the end of
just
the walk.
it's the weirdest thing.
Wow. Probably be scared to death. Hey, Paul, this is for you. So, The Venus and the Carpet, thanks Phantom Spotlight. Venus and the Carpet ran for 8 episodes in 1976. Thanks Natty87, she actually did a screenshot
8
here. The
episodes.
series was a co-production between the BBC and Hit Entertainment. It was 6 28-minute episodes. First broadcast on BBC One between November and December. Oh, she says 97 on this one.
Very odd, yeah. Just I remember being really small watching it, so that's why. But it would just kind of freak me out. This bird was. Anyway, it was. I don't know. Check it out.
Yeah. Marie asked, what was the first thing? I'm sorry? IMDb, yeah. Definite primo source of information. Marie says, what was the first thing you did when the lockdown ended? And in fact, speaking not just when the lockdown ended, did you in fact do anything when it ended, or you just kind of held yourself back before?
I think went to a restaurant.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just went out and ate and just had a restaurant meal.
Were the people there?
Yeah, they were like, I mean, it's hard to say like it ended because it was like,
Yeah.
you know, even if it ended, people were like, well, I'm not going. But
Yeah.
if you decide to go, like, so there were less people, but it was the idea of just being in a restaurant and just ordering food and having something, you know, that you didn't have to make at home. That was great.
Yeah, I think so too. Going out for dinner, you know, went out for dinner with my wife and the kids, and we're at a restaurant that normally has like 40 tables that had like 6, and we were super far from each other. But it was it was just to go out. Like years, just to get out somewhere and just feel normal again. You know, I'm so glad we passed that time. Hopefully, that doesn't happen again. You know, but it was just it was a weird time, but definitely a bonding time with the family. You know.
Yeah, a bit more bonding than you wanted to do.
Yeah. We were lucky. We were in a gated community. My mother-in-law has a gated community, and it's really beautiful. And there's a creek there, and lots of outdoor stuff to do. And the kids could ride their bikes and things like that. And it was great. And basically kind of homeschooled them, which is interesting. But they could at least go places and do things and feel a bit normal. So that was cool.
Yeah, I was glad that the kids could go back to school too. That was just great. Yeah, that was the best part of it. Go, please, go. Just the rhythms and everything, you know, and working at home and doing all that. There's still residual sort of stuff from it, like self-tapes for us. My wife works part-time from home too, and it's just like, this is good work.
Yeah.
She wants to, she actually prefers it there. She doesn't want to, but it's mandated to sort of one day a week to be at home. So there's a lot of sort of little hangover parts from from COVID that's sort of little irritations.
I never thought to buy stock in Zoom.
Yeah.
Wish I had.
Yeah.
It was weird not to come to conventions too. You know, it was weird not to be able to come to a convention. You know, it's so nice to be able to come back to a convention and see everybody.
Yeah.
And
Paulie, do you remember, right? You remember the one in Bonn, the one in Germany, where we had all this plastic? We went to one, Paulie and I, in the middle of the con, and it was in Germany, and it was just like they had like the plastic here. We had to wear plastic. Everyone was wearing the mask. They had this swirling machine that would absorb the virus. Right, this sort of swirling sort of thing.
Oh,
So
the
it was
Virotron
weird
6000.
to be, exactly.
that didn't work.
It was just so weird to go and photos beside people where we're just standing like this, like 6 feet apart.
Plexiglass.
It's I mean, for obvious reasons, but at the same time, it's so nice to be able to come back and actually just see everybody here walk around having a good time, laughing, and all the amazing costumes that we get to see.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean, the talent, they say we're the talent, but obviously there's people with the outfits and lots of you in the crowd too. It's just amazing to me what people can come up with, the imaginations that we get, and for often people, this is like their Super Bowl. Coming to DragonCon, especially, it's such a cool, huge, fan-friendly convention, and to be able to take and for that to be taken away is really not sad, sort of. So. Yeah,
who's here for the first time, DragonCon? Raise your hand if you're at DragonCon for the very first time, and there's very, very few hands. I can barely make out the hands in the audience. Welcome, you guys. You're here in family. Welcome to our family. This is what we do. This is who we are, and we are the best in the world. And in fact, we guys, we've all been to Germany together at some point, and we've compared, so we can say internationally, this is number one, guys, and it's because of you guys. It's the family-oriented. It's not a convention center convention. These are hotels, even though my legs are killing me. We still love it. We come back each and every year, so it's always good to have you guys here. Marie asks, what's your favorite color?
I'm blue for me.
I feel like I'm dating.
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
Pink.
It is. Yeah, when I was a kid, I wanted my room painted pink. I liked the color, and my parents were like, okay.
Wow.
I just like pink.
Yeah. Wow. I hate to bring this up. Have you seen Barbie?
Gary obviously likes green.
No, I haven't, but I have to.
Yeah, I know you will. Now I know you will. Blue. Mine's red. I've always been. I never wear anything red, but red's my favorite color.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Thank you guys on that. Let's see. A lot of food questions here.
What questions?
Food questions, such as Chantel R asked, since you brought up barbecue, did you talk about barbecue?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, brisket. Okay. She gets vinegar or tomato based.
Vinegar.
What? For what?
Gotta be talking barbecue. So, do you put vinegar on brisket?
Well, you mix the vinegar with the barbecue sauce. It's
Marinade.
a combination, so it's a combination.
With
Yeah.
beef.
Or I do anyway.
Okay.
Interesting.
Go for it.
Actually,
And
vinegar is like in any kind
Here's a little thing I use too. Just a little tip and a little tip from Paulie. I put hoisin sauce. You know what that is? Hoisin sauce. Add that with the barbecue sauce and mix that in. It makes a really nice barbecue sauce.
That's cool.
It's a combination, yeah. Just something else, on barbecue chicken. It's awesome.
You writing this down? You barbecuers out there? I'll try that.
Who's hungry here? Yes, exactly.
That's where we're getting all the food questions.
Speaking of such,
Cooking class or something.
Smart Mind says here, have you tried peanut butter and jelly with a slice of cheese? That's blasphemy. Hold on.
That sounds
Should have
good.
called this person out first before you went. Where's Smart Mind?
I tried.
Hey, you're in trouble.
Well, people do cheese with apple pie, right?
No.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
A slice of cheddar cheese.
Gary
Cheddar
does
cheese
cheese
with apple
with
pie, yeah, for sure.
A lot
Yeah.
of people do, yeah.
Yeah.
Mark?
It's a Canadian thing, right?
Oh,
No.
You guys heard of it?
That's more of an American thing.
Well, Mark.
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. We gave you guys a Star Spangled Banner, for God's sake. Ain't no cheese next to my apple pie.
Slice of cheese.
Slice of cheese.
Wow. Hunka, slice of cheese. Let's see. Guess who Kathy Q? Guess who Kathy Q says? What's your epic band name? You want all three of them as a group or individually if they were their own individual band? Individual.
Epic band name?
Epic. Yeah. What would your epic?
Oh.
Tank top.
Mine would be, in order just to get free advertising, would be called Accept Bicycles, because those signs are all over the city. So when people are riding bikes, it says you can, nobody can go through here except bicycles. I would name my band.
We're a diversity convention here, dude.
I would name my band Accept Bicycle. Well, from Vancouver. It's a good name. Can you imagine? That's kind of a cool band name, Accept Bicycles.
Accept bicycles.
And I'll tell you why. Because I read that Stuart Copeland of the Police, they said they named their band the Police, so that every time people read about the police in the newspaper, they would think of the band.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'd be
true.
like, I'd do it.
kinda
Except bicycles.
Accept bicycles.
I don't know. If it was this band, it'd be Paulie and the Gearboxes.
Oh, I got another one.
Oh, the McGillionaires,
Right.
right?
Fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks.
Fill
And the
Fill.
blanks.
Fill in the blank. Fill in the blanks.
Ooh. That's getting, huh? You need bingo now.
I think Paulie and the McGillionaires would be good. That's very kind of 60s.
Yeah, it's very 60s.
Wow. Great questions. I didn't expect the answers to be so brilliant too. That they actually are. Okay, guys, you still sending in? Oh yeah, I need to scroll down. How about that? Rapture.
Blondie. What is Blondie? What is Blondie? Alex.
Password.
I'll take Famous J's for 800.
Okay, here we go. What was the weirdest thing you ordered online during the pandemic? I hate to ask. What was the weirdest thing? Online, because I'm sure everybody was getting Amazon deliveries and things of that nature.
No.
Weirdest, they asked.
No, nothing weird.
Nothing
Just
weird?
like books.
What was the constant order since you were
Books.
locked down? Books?
Toilet paper.
Yeah. Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
And that was weird to run on toilet paper, yeah.
My books became toilet paper.
Just in
Are
case.
they that
just
good?
books. Just books, because I love reading books. I like the tactile. I'm not a Kindle guy.
That
I'm like,
chapter sucked. Whoa. David? That's stupid.
What I went was, go to Paul. I'm trying to think of a weird thing. A paddleboard fin. Is that weird?
Yeah.
yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
I can imagine how
I
it's
got a paddleboard and the fin broke, so I brought it.
Was it wood or was it collapsible?
No, it's just one of those little plastic fins to keep the paddleboard going straight. So it's just.
Yeah, it's pretty odd.
Oh, I see.
Pretty odd.
It was under the.
Well, my wife always does that type of stuff. But nothing was really weird, but Jewel had a really weird one, which I can tell you guys about, which Jewel ordered online on an outdoor cat deck for her cats.
Oh, like a catio.
A catio.
What is it? What's it for?
It's like it's a thing you put outside. The cats can't get quite out. They can't get out of it, but they think that they're outside. It's a catio,
get
like
it.
a patio,
Yeah.
but a catio for cats.
It's a
And
catio for
the
cats.
cats hate it. And she's never used it, and it costs quite a bit of money. and her husband Charlie doesn't know how much it costs, but I do. But she's like, it's the weirdest thing I ever got, and I thought, oh, they're gonna love this, and they just like don't even go near it. And it's a catio.
I think you stick it in a window, right? It's like a thing that comes out of a window.
I think something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's weird, right?
That's bizarre. Dog
Yeah.
would never ask for that.
I heard, you know what would be bizarre? I heard you can order like a beehive, like not just the hive, but the colony of bees. Like they'll ship you the queen and bees.
Like spider monkeys. Sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys.
Spider monkeys. Spider monkeys. A colony
Okay.
of spider monkeys.
Okay, Mark, you win. You have the weirdest thing that's ever been ordered.
Oh, you guys got me all mixed up. First
Fight
thing
this
you-
pandemic with a colony of spider monkeys.
But then you guys order sea monkeys out of the comic books when you were kids. Stop shaking your head, sir.
But with the X-ray specs.
Yeah,
and they were like
sea monkeys.
yeah.
You get a packet and you pour it in water.
And they were some kind of amoebas or something. And
Tarzan would be in the background.
And with a Charles Atlas.
Yeah, got sand kicked in your face. Tall boy, what is this now? 23 tall boy, where are you? Yo. Yo. He asked, this is a great question. I've been on visited some sets before, and you guys always had this hanging around. I'm like, damn, man, that looks so good. And he asked, what was the best food on a craft service table on the set? Yeah. You guys don't get any cheap McDonald's.
They bring in the candy tray sometimes around like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon with all the different little the sour candies. I love the sour keys.
No chocolate though.
You try everything. You just choose. Yeah, you bring it on the tray.
It's always nice to be, if you're on a set and you end up being, you're shooting on a show, and if you are lucky enough to be there on the Friday, usually the Fridays they do, they'll do steak and seafood, like on the Fridays, because last week for the weekend, and certain ones have bigger budgets, so the opportunities to eat are just enormous, and we have some of the great ones. And if you get to be friendly with the chefs and stuff, oftentimes there's a ton of left, and they'll just like, hey, do you want to take a bag of this home? I'm like, yes, I do. and the soups, they make, especially in the wintertime, they make amazing soups. They also have 2 or 3 homemade, like split pea or, tomato basil. Like, they're just really amazing chefs, and yeah, we get spoiled. Yeah, really spoiled. But yeah.
I don't have, I'll tell you a quick story about my like a craft service related story of mine, is that when I got my very, very first television gig, the audition went well, and I ended up getting the guest starring role on a television show in Vancouver. This was back in like 1988 or something like that. And I was super happy that I got this role, right? It was like amazing. And, but I'd never been on a set before, never set foot on a set. I'd only done comedy theater and like stage stuff. So I'd never been in front of a camera, but I auditioned and they hired me, and they got the guest star role. So they just assumed that I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know anything about set etiquette. I didn't know, I had no idea. So I walk on set.
Lucky for them.
Yeah. You can imagine the quality of the acting. So I walk on set, and this is a true story. I'll never forget this. So, I'm looking around at all the stuff that's going on. I don't know anybody. I just arrived. They tell me, show up here. And I look over and I see what is the craft service table. And I say to somebody, and it was a pretty popular show, so it had a great budget for the craft services. So I was like, wow, what's going on here? Like, I'm asked somebody, and they go, well, that's craft services. And I go, what's craft services? And they're like, well, food for the actors. What do you mean? And I go, oh yeah, I just like tried to go along with it, oh right, of course, craft services. So the first thing I do, even of arriving on set, I just put my suit bag down, and I go, okay, here we go. And I don't tell anybody I'm on set. I haven't said I've arrived, nothing. I just start making the biggest sandwich. I was like, well, if this is free, I'm making a sandwich right now. I don't know when I'm going to eat, you know. So I make a bagel, like a stacked bagel, like about this big. It's huge. I can barely hold it, and what I remember is I couldn't bite it. I actually had to kind of gnaw it, like you're eating a gyro, you know. And so I'm kind of gnawing, and it's got like turkey, ham, like chicken. It's got everything, right? Beef, whatever. And I'm standing there, and this guy comes up to me with like a walkie-talkie on, and he goes, "Hi, who are you?" And I go, "I'm Gary Jones." I go, this giant sandwich, and he goes, and he looks at his call sheet, and he goes, "Oh, Gary Jones, right? They want you in hair and makeup right now." And I go, "Yeah." Kind of eating a sandwich right now. Yeah. And he goes, "What?" I go, "Well, I just made the sandwich. I'm eating a sandwich." Like, I didn't know that you were supposed to check in with the AD and tell him that you're there. And I'm saying, "No, I'm not going to hair and makeup. I just made this sandwich. I'm eating a sandwich." And he looks at me, and he's just like, he was shocked, right? He goes, "What?" I go, "I'm eating a sandwich." He goes, "They want you in hair and makeup right now." Like what and I go, "Oh man, what am I gonna do with this sandwich?" I'm saying aloud to him. And he goes, "I don't know." And I go, "Well," I said, would you mind looking after the sandwich for me?" He goes, "No, I'm not doing that." Like, he's never had that conversation with an actor before, so he doesn't even know how to respond, right? He's like, "No, buddy, I'm not looking after your sandwich." And I'm going, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do?" And then I go, "Oh, okay, I know what I'm gonna do." And he's just staring at me. He goes, "I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wrap it up in these paper towels." And I take it, paper napkins, and I go, and I'm gonna hide it behind the toaster oven. I tell him this, and I wrap this massive sandwich, bagel concoction, and I shove it behind the toaster oven. And I go, "I'm just gonna leave that there." And he looks at me, he goes, "Knock yourself out." And that's my favorite craft service memory.
That's hilarious. Craft services is one of the things that got changed since the pandemic now. They're behind a screen and they just give you plastic boxes with just a bunch of stuff in it.
Really? You can't go in and just grab
You can't go in
cashews?
and you just can't grab cashews.
It's more like a store. It's like now it's like a store, and they have everything there, and it's so close yet so far because you can't grab it by yourself.
Yeah.
But
So do you
get as
feel
much as you
weird
want.
ordering stuff? Do you feel
Well,
going,
because
give me more?
You know, before you used to just get whatever you wanted. They give you a little dish. If there's like, chocolate covered M&Ms or whatever you want, you just take them and put them in your pocket or whatever you want to do. Now you kind of like don't want to look greedy. You're like, "Can I have like 4 bags of that?" And there's some that. But you have to ask somebody now for the most part.
I'll just
Do
leave
they ever go?
I'll just leave it here behind the toaster
Really?
oven.
You've had 3.
Yeah, definitely.
You've already had 3, Paul. Do you want another one?
Yeah,
You have to,
exactly.
like,
That's what
justify
you feel.
it?
You feel like they're going to say that to you.
You got to find your opportunity to get food too, if it's outside the thing. You
Food
got to
guilty
kind
you.
of sneak
You're
out and
food
get it.
guilty, food shaming, snack shaming.
Snack
That's called
shaming,
snack
yeah.
shaming.
Was your sandwich still there when you got back?
Please don't ask that.
So this is how,
You only have
like,
about
I had
half an
no
hour
clue.
left.
I was obsessed with the sandwich, and in between takes, I would run back and take bites of the sandwich, and I could hear them on the walkie-talkies. "Where's Gary? Where is he?" Like, and I could hear them going, he's back at craft services. They're like, "Tell him to get back to set. We're rehearsing." And I would rehearse, and then I'd run to eat my sandwich. I thought, there's no way anybody's getting that sandwich.
First day.
First day.
Welcome to
First
Hollywood.
day. First day.
Last
Hey,
day?
we're going to do a rapid fire here. I want to try and get as many questions and answers out for all of you wonderful people who did it. So first off, this is a comment from Marie. Gary, you should name your band Broken Hair Clips. Okay.
Broken hair
I
clips?
don't know why. Broken Hair Clips. It just says Broken Hair Clips.
Yeah, well.
Marie, what does that mean?
Years ago, I met Barry. We were in one of his stand-ups. My daughter and I were watching him. She laughed so hard, she hit her head back and broke her hair clip.
Oh, right. She had like a plastic, like one of those, and it shattered, didn't it? Yeah. There you go.
Shattered from laughter. Right?
Shattered from laughter. Yeah. Could have been your head. Thank God it was just your haircut.
Shattered from laughter is a good
Yeah.
name for a band.
Wow. Okay. For everybody, this is a good question here from Guess Who Kathy Q. Gotta say that slow. For everybody, what has been your favorite thing about this weekend? Favorite thing about being here at DragonCon? Or anything?
You guys, the people watching. It's been amazing, and the cosplay.
Always.
You guys, absolutely my favorite thing. And my buddies, seeing
Yeah, it's really two things. It's like it's the ability to talk to fans. That's incredible. That's the best. And hanging out with my mates. That's it. Like traveling. Like Paul and I flew here. We're gonna fly home together. Like we all live in the same city. We're actually friends. We see each other, you know. But to be able to travel to something like this, stay in a hotel, it's just the best. And then we get to talk to the fans, which is
The greatest thing about cons is when you come here, you know, it's people are going to be happy to see you, and we're so fortunate for that. People aren't coming here to come, you know, to your table and say, I can't stand your work. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's a feeling of camaraderie and family, and I like watching everybody going around, and there's families I see in the group here that brought their kids in, and now, there's pictures of me holding the little boy from his ankles when he was like 8 at one of the first DragonCons. Now he's like, 5 inches taller than me, But then I get another picture with him, this weekend. So then I get another picture with him. So it's just watching the longevity of all the genres that you guys like, and just watching everybody enjoying themselves and having fun, and that's what it's all about, I think.
Yeah, because it's a real community.
Yeah,
for
real.
Like we figured out like a number of years ago how that's what it is. It's the spirit of community. Like there's no judgment. Everybody's like, it's great. It's amazing. It's a rare experience.
And for us, the perspective is, we go and film these things, and you finish your shooting day, and you go home and you wash the dishes, right? It's not like the theater or something like that. So it's not until we get out to a place like this and you go, oh wow, it's all over the world. People have been seeing it. People come up and tell you this, oh yeah, I forgot about this. People came up to me and told me about shows that I forgot that I was in this weekend.
Yep.
It was like, wow, yeah, right.
It's
It's just amazing.
It's
like
incredible
you're
for
watching.
immediate feedback.
It
Well,
really
the
is.
show was on the air, but like the feedback, personal feedback from fans, it doesn't happen on any other shows. Doesn't matter. It's like this genre particularly, because people are real, they're real rabid about it and really into it. They just come up and they tell you what their experience watching your performance was like, and that it's unreal.
It's about you. We're just a medium for that, which is really kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
That this is your past, it's your stories, and you get to hear them. So it's cool.
Yeah, you hear different interpretations of what they picked up from just your acting skills and the environment. Thank you very much on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so where is it? Oh, by the way, reminder, everyone, immediately after this panel, when you go, you're only going one place after you leave here.
Back to the Walk of Fame.
Well, no, not yet. Yeah. Don S. Davis Memorial Charity Auction at 4 p.m. One floor down, guys. One floor down in Hanover, C&E. Hanover, C&E. There will be an auction. These guys have been signing. I saw them backstage signing one of the posters back there that you guys may be interested in owning. So Don S. Davis Memorial Charity Auction. We miss Don. We remember him being a regular here too as well. Charity auction at 4 p.m. So immediately after here, you're going down there. You can pick up these guys when they're at their tables. You guys are there until about 7.
I'm hosting the
You're hosting.
I'm hosting the charity.
Gary's hosting. Gary's hosting the charity.
Yes, I'm hosting it. So.
And then once you're done that, come, if you haven't seen us at our tables, come by and say hi. Even if, you don't always have to get a picture, come by and say hi. We'd love to see you and share some stories. And, I'll show you a picture of my dog, and David will show you a picture of his dog, and Gary.
Show you a picture of my dog who's not here
He doesn't
anymore,
have-
but it's
oh,
pretty
God.
good.
Where you go, Gary? Bring it right down.
You guys are here tomorrow. All of you?
Not sure. We're leaving at some point.
Until 2.
Yeah.
So from like 10 to 2.
2 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be here 2 o'clock tomorrow. You guys have offered up some serious, talking to you guys out here, some very incredible questions. Really appreciate it. A lot of food questions here. It's really interesting during these times where we're forced to talk or not talk about something, and where we as moderators thought it would bring great difficulty to us to basically chit chat rather than specify issues on what they've worked on currently and in the past. To stay away from that alone, we thought would be very, very difficult. The first thing I would bring up, and this is going to be the last question coming from me, that I thought I could only come up with to say to these guys if I didn't have you guys right here, would be boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Yeah, boxers.
Egg rolled underwear.
I don't know, what's a Scotsman wearing under his kilt? I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
With the guys here. Paul McGillion, Gary Jones, and David Nykl. We know where you're going after this, so thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you guys soon.